What's on, everyone? Jeremy here on Sleeve Media, and as the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set barrels upon Magic players at rates in which we can all barely afford to keep up with financially, there's a lot of divisive opinions around the set. Now, I want to first and foremost say, before I give my opinion, if you're into Turtles and you like this set, you win.
I like Turtles.
Don't let anybody ruin it for you. If you're into Turtles and you're excited about this set, don't let all the negativity around it make it less fun for you. I think that's the most important thing. Look, I loved the Turtles when I was growing up. I watched the cartoons. I even saw the live action movies in the theater. I love the Turtles. Sometimes, at least in my opinion, combining the peanut, and I love Magic the Gathering. Sometimes combining the chocolate and the peanut butter doesn't always work. And that's what these Universes Beyond sets are for me. But if you enjoy Spider-Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Marvel in your Magic the Gathering universe, then don't let anybody spoil it for you. I say that to say this. This set looks like a financial disaster for Wizards of the Coast. And the art itself looks like absolute AI-generated garbage, in my opinion. I am not an artist. I could never draw even anywhere near as good as these, but I have been playing Magic since 1993, 1994, and I've seen a lot of beautiful hand-drawn art in my day, and this set feels soulless, AI-generated, and slapped together. Now, is that because they didn't give the artists enough time to draw? Certainly possible. The other issue is the pricing on the set is already bonkers bad, meaning there is no value in this set. If you were to buy a collector's edition box of Lorwyn, you could still pull multiple $50 to $100 cards in addition to the Bloom Tender, which is $350 in a fractured foil, not to mention the serialized cards. In Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you will pay the same price for a collector's edition box, and there isn't a single in that set worth more than 40 or 50 bucks. Certainly prices of singles do move around once people kind of know what standard play looks like, but there's a couple of important things I want to talk about. First, let's talk about the art. The art in this set is bad. People are saying, hold on, notice, who is this guy? This is actually a female turtle from a random run of the IDW comics that 99% of Turtles fans won't know about. But Wizards, of course, included it because I'm a female turtle. How could they not? But let's look at the art from the actual card. Look at this picture and tell me that this looks like somebody hand drew this. I could ask Grok to make this image, and I think it would get pretty dang close. It's like you have weird sets like this, and it's the same artist, and we could look at this, right? This is the same artist. Now, part of it, I think, is that they are still like cartoonishly looking in this, and that's a big part of it for me. I get it. The Turtles were cartoons. But I would have preferred to see the art style paint them more into the Magic the Gathering universe, as opposed to have them stick out so ridiculously as weird cards that are going to be immersion breaking. That's what it is for me. You see a lot of people, listen, if you're a fan of TMNT, that's great. I hope you enjoy the set. However, this is one of, if not the worst MTG sets it's been in my entire life of playing MTG. I don't know, Spider-Man was pretty bad too. The art is rubbish. The cards are rubbish. Half of it is effing pizza or something. Like, I understand maybe it's not for me because I'm not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, but this set seems like a slop set. I did not even think there was going to be enough Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fans to justify a whole set. Why didn't they just do like what they did with Transformers and add on some cards to an MTG drop like Brothers War did? Or they could have done Secret Lair. I 1000% agree. The draft archetype of this set looks absolutely garbage, and it's basically the same trash that Spider-Man was. This is Wizards of the Coast putting out buffer sets to extract more money. The difference is there's just nothing in the set worth chasing as a pack cracker, as somebody who enjoys opening packs, there's nothing in the set I even want. Listen, I don't know a single one of these creatures, but the art on these cards are absolutely sick. Like, wow. Hard disagree. This still looks AI generated to me. It looks worse than a comic book to me. I just, but again, art is in the art is in the eye of the beholder. Look at that. I mean, you may argue, Jeremy, that's the point. They're trying to make it look like a comic book. Well, to me, the worst plane ever in existence in Magic the Gathering is not what you might think. It's not Zendikar. It's not Ravnica. It's not Lorwyn. It's not, any other. It is New York City. The New York City sets are trash. This art looks okay. I'd say that one's okay. This is ridiculous. Cartoonish. I get Leatherhead being in the TMNT universe. But here's the other problem I have with this set. Why are the pizzas in Magic the Gathering so gross?
That's barf. Barf. Puke. Whatever. Where's my money?
Someone decided in a stylistic choice and they wanted the pizza to look disgusting. I'm not sure why. The pizza in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles always looked pretty good. Now, I suppose you could argue that the red pizza, the mountain pizza looks okay, but I think they're trying too hard. Like island pizza, anchovies, great. Swamp pizza could have been black olives only. You don't need that on there. They'd have that, okay? But like, why does it look like this? Somebody decided that they wanted to make the pizza all look like it was melting, like literally melting off the universe. I don't know. And a lot of these cards are functionally worse than other cards that they've printed in the past. This says, I'm not being hyperbolic. The art in the set has a lot of strange errors, lighting, textures, and compositions that give off AI, even if just bad art. For example, the missing left prong on Raphael's Sai, the erroneous dice configuration, 2 can't be next to the 5. I mean, yeah. Why is there only one thing on his side? That's odd, and that's just lazy. It's not a dagger, it's a Sai. This is a massive oversight. Now, the dice look, that is a small detail that only the most autistic of Magic the Gathering players would find or see or even be bothered by. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to draw art, and these are the details that are pretty important. And you just see what it comes across as is simply lazy. But you see this here. I don't know. I don't like the art, but Ralph's Jite looks like the one in the set. So it could be that's this weapon he's using there. Fine. But why not use the Sai? Everybody knows Raphael by the Sai. Most people know the Turtles by their weapons. That's why I always use Donatello in the video games, because it had a little advantage being able to get harder to reach spots. Then you use Leonardo because of the sword. Then you enjoy the nunchucks and the Sai if you want a more difficult run. The other problem I have with this game, with this set, is the insane price. Collector's edition boxes are selling for $410 USD. $410 US dollars. By the way, when originally released, they were getting $700 each. 5 people got absolutely fleeced at that. Now you see it bottomed out in January at $370. Then it popped in January again, but it's starting to bottom down. These boxes aren't worth more than $300 on their best day, and they're still charging 35% more than that. The booster boxes, again, at the $121 per box is insane when you actually look at the price of the singles in the set. Now you might be saying, Jeremy, come on, you're one of the worst. You crack packs. You know that opening packs is not a good use of money. And it's true, it isn't. But what we do know is in the overwhelming majority of cases, every card you see from pre-release price will go down. Like, it's very rare that a card spikes to an insane value unless somebody, cooks up a deck that's absolutely destroying. So the most expensive card in this set is $44. 44 bucks. Super Shredder even at 36 bucks. They want you to buy a box of 12 packs of cards that you only have a small chance of actually pulling the most expensive card, and the most expensive card isn't even worth 50 bucks. Now, you might say, Jeremy, it's not about the money. You're right, it isn't. But at $410, it is about the money. So if you're going to play Turtles, obviously you're going to want to stick to singles. Will I open one? Yeah, for the channel. Will I buy cases of it? Nope. Just as a simple example, if we look at Lorwyn Eclipsed, okay, let's look at what the products are for Lorwyn Eclipsed, okay? A collector's edition Lorwyn Eclipsed box right now can be purchased for $392, even less than the Turtles box, okay? If I want to go and look at Lorwyn Eclipsed singles, okay, we have a $389 card, a $172 card, a $118 card, a $110 card, $110, $100, $96, $80, $73. Then we have random Turtles card. Then we have 67, 66, 59, 51, 40, 40. I mean, if we look at the top, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24 cards available in the last two sets, nearly all of them are Lorwyn Eclipsed. So if you're going to open a pack, why on earth would you open packs of Turtles? These boxes are going to sit on the shelf. Please do not overpay for these things. This is going to be a disastrous set for Wizards of the Coast financially. And my hope is that they get out of this stupid extended universe nonsense because nobody wants it. I mean, can we do we want to look at Spider-Man? Okay, let's look at Marvel Spider-Man. Okay. This is a set. Let's get rid of Lorwyn and let's get our Teenage, right? Let's just see how this set has aged. The collector's edition booster boxes for Spider-Man are $300 still, wildly overpriced. If I want to look at their singles, okay, Marvel Spider-Man, is there anything worth pulling? Well, there's a few. In fact, there is the Soul Stone that's worth $1,200. The Soul Stone Cosmic Foil with this, which is $33,000. That's a serialized card, I assume, that no one's ever going to have. But you still have the Spectacular Spider-Man at $470, Spectacular Spider-Man at $380, $350, $340. You have a dozen cards worth $100 or more in that set. I say this to say that people are going to be buying, if again, for $100 less, you can buy Spider-Man Collector's Edition box. This is not a good sign for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. As much as I love the license, the art and the lore breaking for me is enough to skip the set. I hope you're informed and enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you have a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.